Alright guys, Pulsechain claims are active. I'm not going to claim anything because I didn't really sacrifice anything, therefore I'm not really interested in this project. Never really been interested in any of the Richard Hart projects myself. Yes, if you didn't get in early on the Pulse sacrifice, your sacrifice probably just went way down in terms of value, but I'm actually not too concerned about that because we all know with these Richard Hart projects, he's going to pump and dump his project. So the thing is, if you hang on to it, you'll probably make some money at some time along the line. Remember how much Hex pumped before it came crashing down with everything else in the bear market? I mean, Hex maxed out at like, what, 42, like almost 50 cents. Now it's down to like 3 cents, pretty much the same thing for everything in the bear market. And I wouldn't be surprised if Richard Hart, sacrificed Hex to pump Pulse. So if you're actually in Pulsechain right now, I think you'll probably have a decent chance to sell out, at least break even or make some money. The fully diluted market cap right now is only 1.1 billion, and that has some chance for growth, seeing how much Hex actually grew in the last bull run. Do I expect it to grow higher than Hex did in the last bull run? Probably not, at least not in this environment, but when the bull market comes, I can see it growing to a couple tens of billions before dumping back down. Volume right now, not very high, $672,000, but there's a lot of wash trading that Richard Hart himself can actually do. Remember, you gave him all those Ethereum coins, so he has plenty of money to do wash trading and pump this coin. As for the coin's long-term prospects, not a huge fan. It's basically just a copy of Ethereum that's a little faster, and it's going to have the same exact problems that Ethereum actually has. So I'm not a huge fan of Ethereum technology, so I'm not going to be a fan of Pulsechain technology. Also, for all those projects that you forked over from Ethereum, you didn't fork the developers either. While they might actually have some internal developers to take up those projects, I think most of those projects are actually going to be empty projects because the developers aren't going to leave Ethereum. So we'll see what happens with Pulse. I'm not a huge fan of Pulse. I don't really trust Richard Hart. He has been known for email scams in the past, and I think it's hard for a leopard to change his spots. Never was really into the Hex thing, not into the Pulse thing, but the thing is, the Pulsechain claim is active, and it's at pulsechainclaims.com. It's all over Twitter. You can become a validator at 32 million pulses. I probably wouldn't bother with this myself. Even if I did the sacrifice, I probably just wouldn't buy the Pulsechain stuff. I think it's going to be only available on DEXs for a while. Some of the exchanges might actually list it, but there were a lot of exchanges that actually didn't list Hex. So I'm not really sure how many are actually going to list Pulse, but there's plenty of DEXs where you can actually get this coin. And I do think when he actually pumps this coin, it's going to have liquidity for you to actually cash out with a profit. But remember to cash out when it hits the top or it peaks, because I don't know how long it's actually going to take to peak. But Hex started in March of 2020, and it didn't really start going up until May of 2021. So basically, my guess is Pulse isn't going to pump until the bull run. So getting a little bit of Pulse right now when it's really cheap and waiting for the bull run for it to pump might not be a bad idea. It could have the same outcome as Hex. Could gain something like 50x or something out of this coin before it dumps back down and probably pretty much just dies. But a 50x is a 50x, so it might not be such a bad buy right now. So that's my outlook on it. Remember to claim your Pulsechain coins, 32 million to be a validator if you're really interested. Pulsechainclaims.com. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit the bell notifications button, and I'll see you guys later.